Tonight on the National Rundown, a young boy has a rough time at the airport, President Trump extends his travel ban, and man's best friend becomes man's best accomplice.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving, the ultimate party foul.
Hi, my name's Anna Marie, this is Bailey, and we're going to be singing and playing the ukulele for tonight.
So basically we met online. I was looking for a roommate and I wanted to make sure it wasn't somebody that I actually hated. And I found her online and we talked and now we're roommates. And she found out she could play ukulele and I found out that I could sing and now we're here.
The rest is history.
Yes.
We think it's like a really exciting opportunity to show the world what we can do, and it just seems like a lot of fun.
When she was playing ukulele, I just decided to sing along and we would learn songs that I knew or I would learn them, and it was just like a cool collaboration thing. And I've never really been like big into music, so I thought it would be a cool thing to do. Okay, I'm Bailey.
I'm Anna Marie.
Keep watching the telethon and donate for Go for the Goal.
Welcome to the National Rundown.
I'm Elisa Harris.
And I'm Sierra Lewis.
An American Airlines flight has to make an emergency landing after the co-pilot dies mid-flight. The flight from Dallas-Fort Worth Airport landed in Albuquerque Airport, where paramedics attempted to save 58-year-old William Grubbs, but were not able to do so. Airline CEO Doug Parker expressed his sadness over Grubbs' death. As midday today, there is no cause of death announced to the public.
Here is CBS correspondent Hannah Daniels with a child that got pat down by the TSA.
Listen to me. I am captain of the track team. And if I'm late,
she doesn't really think she's going to get out of here, does she?
Be nice. She's new.
Hello, is anyone there? Ugh!
Wow. Even from our standards, you look awful.
Oh, sweetie, what happened?
Me? My friend Becky got to talk to this super cute boy, and I tried to act like I wasn't jealous, but I so totally was. And then out of nowhere, this concrete barrier just popped up. Maybe it was a semi.
You mean you were driving?
Yeah. I mean, I know the whole eyes on the road thing, but this was a super important text. Maybe you have to know, Becky.
Texting? Great.
But it was only like 5 seconds, and I'm a really, really fast texter, so it wasn't even a big deal. Actually, has she texted me back yet? Wow, I get like no bars in this place. I wonder if they have Wi-Fi here.
Sorry about that technical glitch. Murder trial for David Credo begins April 10th and has been in motion filed seeking permission to take jurors to the scene where the boy's body was found. In 2015, Credo was accused of killing his 3-year-old son because his 17-year-old girlfriend did not like that he had a child. Credo denied 35-year-old plea deal. Now a juror will decide his fate.
Students are evacuated from a Philadelphia high school after a phone begins smoking. A spokesperson for the school district said the incident took place Wednesday morning at West Philadelphia High School at 4901 Chestnut Street. The third floor of the building was evacuated, but students were able to return by midday.
Now here's Jessica Mouse with sports.
Thanks, ladies. Kevin Durant is back playing for the Golden State Warriors after a serious grade 2 MCL sprain and a tibial bone bruise on his left knee. His injuries occurred during a game against the Washington Wizards on February 28th. Before warming up today, he stopped, made the sign of a cross, and pointed to the heavens. After a surprising and unexpected bracket, we're down to the men's NCAA Final Four. On April 1st, South Carolina plays Gonzaga at 6 p.m. and Oregon plays North Carolina at 8:50 p.m. For the women's teams on March 31st, we have UConn against Mississippi State at 10 p.m., and Stanford against South Carolina at 7:30 p.m. So if you're a college basketball fan, don't forget to tune into CBS on Saturday for the men's bracket and ESPN on Friday for the women's bracket. Back to you guys at the desk.
Okay. Coming up, see who has officially become the new special assistant to the president. Hawaii.
To Fox News, UK.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Steve Solkala, the proud member of Steve Solkala's overpopulated one-man band. Now, one day I got an accordion, and one day I brought home a cowbell and tried to play it with my foot as fun just because I was using both my hands with the accordion already. And before you know it, I started playing 10 different things at one time. And now I'm my own one-man band. Just about every song I write is original. I think that's how it goes. Once again, I'm Steve Solkala, and thank you for watching, and keep watching the Rowan Telethon and donate money.
The Hawaii federal judge who brought President Trump's revised travel ban to a national halt this month is extending his order to block the ban's enforcement. Federal lawyers asked U.S. District Judge Derek Watson, who ordered the halt originally, to either dismiss the order or narrow the restrictions so they apply to fewer countries. If the Justice Department appeals the case, it will be heard at the same court that upheld the national halt to Trump's first travel ban last month after a Seattle federal judge ruled against it.
Now here is Dino Arlen-Tulis to tell us what's going on in the entertainment world. Dino?
Harry Styles will make his solo musical debut April 15th on Saturday Night Live. The news was announced on Twitter earlier this week with the tweet saying, excited to announce @Jimmy Fallon and @Harry_Styles will be in Studio 8H on April 15th. #FallonStylesSNL. The up-and-coming Jumanji movie starring Dwayne Johnson isn't going to feature the classic board game like the 1999 film was known for. Instead of a group of high school students find an ancient video game console that has a game titled Jumanji in it. After starting the game, they are transported to a jungle. The film is set to be released on December 22nd, 2017. And finally, if you're a wrestling fan, you probably know that WrestleMania 33 is this Sunday, April 2nd at 7 p.m. WrestleMania is the company's biggest pay-per-view of the year. The magnitude of the event has the equivalent feeling of the Super Bowl. This year's most anticipated match is The Undertaker against Roman Reigns. Back to you guys at the desk.
Ellen Unger takes us across the pond to get the latest on Brexit and much more.
Thanks, guys. According to Fox News, UK Prime Minister Theresa May began the process that will remove the United Kingdom from the European Union. Britain EU Representative Tim Barrow hand-delivered a letter to European Council President Donald Tusk, formally beginning the 2-year countdown to the official split. Also, according to Fox News, Andrew Brunson, an American pastor who's imprisoned in Turkey, says that the claims are false charges, and he appealed to President Trump asking, "Please help me," during a meeting Wednesday with U.S. embassy officials. The pastor asked the administration to fight for his release. The appeal comes as Secretary of State Rex Tillerson holds meetings in the Turkish capital of Ankara. The pastor was detained back in October along with his wife in the Turkish town of Izmir, where he has carried out his ministry for 20 years. According to Fox News, ISIS is getting desperate in the fight for Mosul. They have begun trying to bait the U.S. into killing civilians, the military says. U.S. Colonel Joseph Skoroka says ISIS is smuggling civilians into buildings so we don't see them, and then they're trying to bait the coalition to attack. As a result, the colonel says the U.S. military is adjusting their tactics going forward. And that's it for your World News Minute.
At an unusual TSA pat-down, here's Hina Daniels.
Jennifer Williamson says she asked TSA agents to screen her son Aaron in other ways because he has a sensory processing disorder. In her Facebook video, you see the agent explain the procedure to Aaron and then pat down Aaron's backside before moving to the front and down to his legs. The viral video comes after the TSA changed pat-down procedures at security checkpoints earlier this month. The new protocol comes 2 years after a report found significant security lapses across the country.
The pat-down is not as effective as it could be. If the person doing the search does not do it properly, it is of no value, period.
In a statement to CBS News about Aaron's pat-down, the TSA said TSA allows for a pat-down of a teenage passenger. And in this case, all approved procedures were followed to resolve an alarm of the passenger's laptop.
North Carolina's controversial bathroom bill was revamped by lawmakers Thursday after a year of receiving backlash from the LGBTQ community and human rights activists. The bill originally limited people to use restrooms assigned to their birth sex. This caused swift fallout, threatening the state's economy and even costing them the right to host a round of the NCAA March Madness tournament. Under the new law, local governments cannot pass new non-discrimination protections for workplaces, hotels, and restaurants until December of 2020.
Samsung unveils their first new flagship phone since exploding phone debacle last year. The Galaxy S8 and S8 Plus displays are bigger than the Galaxy S7 and S7 Edge. They have curved screens that float onto sides, and for the first time, a Samsung phone has a physical home button is removed entirely. The S8 will be the first phone to feature the Bixby, Samsung's new artificial intelligence assistants. Samsung insists that Bixby is different from its competitors like Apple Siri and Amazon's Alexa. Samsung plans to make Bixby available on all its appliances from air conditioners to TVs. There's even a designated Bixby button on the side of the S8, which is unlike its rivals. Samsung plans to release the pricing later on Wednesday. Pre-orders start Thursday, and the phone will begin shipping April 21st.
She already has an office in the West Wing of the White House, but now Ivanka Trump is an official government employee. The oldest daughter of the president has become special assistant to him. Many are worried about her affiliation with the private sector, but Ivanka says in her unpaid position, she will voluntarily comply with all ethical rules.
And here's some unusual sandwich knowledge. Here is Joe Cicchino.
How you doing, guys?
How are you?
Good.
So what's the big news?
All right, so there's a mechanical engineer, electrical engineer. His name's William Osman, and he made a ham and cheese sandwich shaped like Vin Diesel. And it's not like they toasted the bread to look like it or anything. I'm talking like a 3D vertical sculpture of Vin Diesel made of ham and cheese.
And why would he do this?
Osman's specialty is posting YouTube videos, so someone commented and challenged him to do that, and he went with it. So that's how that got there.
And how did he go about making the sandwich?
All right, so he used some of his engineering prowess here. He used a computer program to create a model of Vin Diesel's torso, right? And then he used a laser to cut layers of the cheapest supermarket ham that he could buy. He spent a whole lot of money doing this, obviously. And then those layers were stacked on top of each other to make a Vin Diesel statue of sorts.
And how do you think that's going to taste?
I mean, it's ham and cheese. You can't go wrong with a ham and cheese sandwich, so it's probably delicious.
Very true. I mean, that is a very interesting sandwich.
Yeah.
Very.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks for being here, Joe.
A 23-year-old man from Oklahoma kills 3 teens that break into his house on Monday. The 9/11 calls released today explained that the homeowner only thought he shot 2 people, and he didn't think that they were dead. Investigators are still determining if Oklahoma's Stand Your Ground law applies.
A school bus in Texas Hill Country collided with a pickup truck, killing 13 senior citizens. 12 of those who died were passengers on the bus, and the 13th was the bus driver. According to the Texas Department of Public Safety, 1 passenger survived and is in critical condition.
Stay tuned for Alyssa Compa to hear talk about the unexpected millionaire.
Every day, every child chases a goal.
Come
on, come on, come on! Ah!
One boy believed nothing should stop the pursuit of childhood, not even pediatric cancer, the #1 killer of children by disease. In his memory, we're building a movement to help children with cancer achieve their goals. At Go for the Goal Foundation, we're bringing assistance to thousands, spreading awareness and funding critical research. Join us as we work towards the ultimate goal, curing pediatric cancer.
Go for the Goal can stop it, and we will eventually.
Let's go for it. Donate to Go for the Goal today.
Two men have been charged with using a dog to smuggle almost $1 million worth of heroin into New York City. 27-year-old Carlos Bentecourt Morales and 35-year-old Samuel Seabrooks allegedly hid drugs in a false bottom panel in the dog's crate. When the crate was searched, officers found 10 bricks. Bond is set for both suspects at $500,000 each. If convicted, the suspects face up to 20 years in prison.
A teacher and a student are missing in Corpus Christi, Tennessee. The teacher, Tad Cummins, is accused of kidnapping the student, Elizabeth Thomas Cummins. The car was seen in the city's North Beach area, and officers are reviewing a surveillance video from a convenience store. School records show Cummins taught forensics to 15-year-old Thomas. The two have been missing since March 13th.
And now, with Alyssa Campo with an opinion about the Cash Me Outside girl.
Thanks, guys. It's been nearly 3 months since Danielle Bregoli invaded our social media lives after her outrageous interview on Dr. Phil grabbed the attention of millions and went viral. Her famous catchphrase, "Cash me outside, how about that?" has spawned millions of memes, which started out as comedic relief, but have now gone way too far. I used to believe this video gained popularity because it was just so ridiculous that a 14-year-old acted this way, but apparently she's gained actual fans. So many that she reportedly makes over $30,000 for each appearance she makes. She has even reportedly signed a deal to have her own reality TV show. Are you kidding me? Since when was it cool to disrespect your mother, steal her car, and max out her credit cards? This girl is 14 and she curses like a trucker, has been involved in numerous physical altercations, and even has a parole officer, for goodness sakes. We are rewarding bad behavior, and what lesson is that teaching our kids? Reports have claimed that she is on the road to be a millionaire within the year. You won't be catching her outside, instead you'll be catching her at the bank. To be fair, it isn't like she has had any real guidance or role models in her life. Her mother isn't any better. Videos have surfaced of the two getting into full-blown fistfights with each other, and her mother has even been captured on video, calling her daughter every foul word in the dictionary. It makes you wonder, why hasn't social services been contacted and called to visit this home yet? Danielle's 14. I emphasize that again because she's a kid, and she's being praised for talking about drugs, getting in fights, and disrespecting her elders. She should be getting help, not TV shows. How about that? But hey, that's just my opinion. For the National Rundown, I'm Alyssa Campa. Now back to you guys at the desk.
Coming up after the break, Bob Duncan has our weekend forecast.
It inspires passionate debate. It's worn like a badge of honor with good reason, because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
Open up your books to page 360.
Did you just look at your phone while you was in class? You played yourself.
Talking about inspirational quotes.
You gotta believe in yourself. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Louise, can you give me an example of an inspirational quote?
Don't play yourself. The key is to make it.
And who said that?
I did. Now that's a major key alert.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at getschool.com.
Now here's Bob Duncan with a look at the weather. Bob?
Thank you. And now we'll look at the weather tonight. It's going to be cloudy with some showers, high of 40 degrees, but this is only a look at what's to come as we look at the 5-day forecast. It's time to break out those umbrellas, as tomorrow it's going to be some heavy storms rolling in, the high of 55, and it's going to be in the 50s most of the week with 52 on Saturday, partly cloudy, and then Sunday, that's your day you want to get outside. Mostly sunny, high of 61, but that's only going to be short-lived, as Monday is going to drop again, high of 56. Afternoon rain, and then Tuesday, although it's going to be 65, really going to be getting into that warm spring weather that we're looking forward to, also bringing on that spring showers with more of them coming on Tuesday. And now we'll look at the weather window. So as we're seeing, just yesterday, this field right in front of Bunce was filled with people playing Frisbee, doing yoga, and just walking around, but today, at the same time, it is dead. There's nobody out there, and you can see in the sky there are some clouds. And as we look, there's also wind blowing. Even more dark, stormy clouds were coming in just earlier on today, and they're going to continue to come along. And just beyond the trees, there's a little faint hint of some blue skies, but clouds are just going to be rolling in throughout most of the night. And as you saw, it's just going to get some stormy weather coming in the next few days.
Exactly. It just seems like one of those days just to stay home and catch up on Netflix and things of that nature, right?
Very much so. Any shows you're catching up on yet?
So I really want to watch Iron Fist, and honestly, I'm just waiting for that show Sense8 to come back because I love that show, and it's just like I need to binge on something else. How about you, Lisa?
So far I've been watching Dave Chappelle. Like, he has this new comedy, and it's so funny. So far they're gonna have like 6 this year, but they have released 2 so far on Netflix. So
yes,
you guys gotta watch it.
I've seen it. It was very hilarious. It's good to see him make a comeback.
I miss Dave Chappelle.
Me too. That's all we have time for the National Rundown. I'm Sierra Lewis.
And I'm Elisa Harris. Have a good night.